All right, Coach. Now, along with the offense, you got your defense set up. That's basically what wins ball games. You can score, but if you can't stop other people from scoring, that kind of makes it difficult. Let's start with the defensive backs and sort of talk about the defense this season.
Well, since this coaching staff's been in place, we've really took pride in making our defense better, and we think our secondary this year is going to be better than it's been in 4 or 5 years here at New Albany. We've got two safeties that'll be starting for us. We've already talked about Kareem Brown, but he will be starting at safety for us. Got a lot of experience last year as a sophomore and got some experience even as a freshman. So with him being a junior this year, we really look for him to be able to man our defense and just lead by his example. Our other safety will be Mario Gilbert. This will be Mario's senior year. He's a 4-year starter for us. So we feel really good about our two safeties and feel like they can make a lot of big plays for us. Our corners will be Dalvin Carr, a kid that we talked about earlier that moved in from Oklahoma. Dalvin has made a lot of plays on defense in practice. He had an interception last week against Alcorn Central. And as he understands what we're trying to do and accomplish as the season goes on, I think he's just going to get better and better. And our other corner will be Lawrence Zen. Lawrence is a sophomore this year. He's a very athletic kid. He runs to the football. He makes tackles. And when he gets there, people know who he is because he's going to bring a pop with him. And I just am excited about these guys. They are very athletic. They can run well. They can cover well. So we think our secondary is going to be an asset for us this year.
All right, Coach. Now let's move up to the defensive line. That's sort of the part of really football that doesn't get the credit I feel it deserves. They can really make a difference in a running game. If they can get some pressure on the quarterback and force some quick decisions, can really help out that secondary as well.
Well, we really challenged our defensive line to put the pressure on the guys and stop the run. We feel like our defensive line also is better than we've been in several years. We got a kid that rejoined our football team. His name is Sean Smith. Sean is just one of those guys that will get after it. He's not going to impress anybody by the way he looks, but once the ball is snapped, people are going to know number 52 pretty quick because he's just a tough, hard-nosed kid. Lining up beside him at tackle is going to be Colin Stubblefield and Wade Simmons. These two guys are going to rotate in and out. They're both great football players. They're both strong kids. Wade is squatting about 585 pounds to 600 pounds, and we're very excited about those two guys. And like I said earlier, just the ability to rotate guys in and out is going to help us more than anything. Our defensive ends are going to be Adrian Gamble. Adrian's a senior for us this year. He played football for us last year. He moved back to New Albany. His family had been in Meridian for a couple years. But we're excited to get Adrian back. Adrian's been in the weight room over the last year and gotten so much stronger, and just his whole attitude has changed by the improvements that he's made in the weight room, and he's been a completely different guy for us this year on the field. Luke Foley will be our other defensive end. Luke's another kid that's gotten stronger and stronger in the weight room. Luke's only a junior this year with a lot of game experience, and I think our defensive front is going to put a lot of pressure on other teams, and I think we're going to be very pleased with these guys.
And of course, a big thing with the defensive front, it able to take some of the guys off the linebackers, which you said maybe a few question marks this year if you had any on defense. Talk about your linebacker core.
Well, we had two pretty good linebackers last year in Sawyer Wheatley and Ben Bolin. A lot of folks in our district know those two guys well. We cannot replace those guys, but we'll give two guys the opportunity to step in. And Ben requested that we give Zach Hand his jersey, and Zach's a kid that's going to have a chance to be a really good football player. He'll be our starting inside linebacker this year. He's just a junior. He looked very good in the spring game. He's had a great summer and looked good last week against Alcorn Central, so we're excited about Zach. Kelvin Worship's another kid. This will be his first year starting at linebacker. He's going to be a junior. And those two guys, that we're going to give them the first shot, and we feel really good about those two guys. But backing them up, we've got a freshman that's come out this fall and has looked really, really good. His name's O.J. Harden, and he's going to get some playing time pretty quick, and he's going to push these other two guys to stay on the field. And we've got Adrian Gamble will also be playing some linebacker for us, and so hopefully these guys will step up and make the plays that need to be made.